Hello guys, welcome to another set of C Sharp tutorial. So today I'm going to create a simple payroll system, and we will create a form, then we will connect to our database. Okay, so this is our database that we're gonna work in. So we have this, I already created this database, DB Payroll. So this is the name of our database. So meron tayong tatlong tables. So TBL DTR, TBL employee, TBL rate. So dito sa TBL employee, dito po ma-record yung lahat ng ating employee. It includes the primary key ID number, then we have the employee number, employee name, at saka rate. So, yung primary key natin, yung ID, naka-auto-increment siya. So, para maging unique. Then, we have also this TBL rate. So, ito po yung structure ng ating table. So, we have ID as primary key. We have this employee status. Kasi yung rate niya nagdidepende sa kanyang status. For example, the rate of the employee is regular, may per hour siya ng 550. Pag contractual, mayroon siyang 450 rate per hour. Then if job order, 375. So ang nakaganda dito, pwede siya maging dynamic yung rate ng employee. For example, add tayo ng another status. So pwede tayong mag-add dito. Okay, for example, part-time. For example, yung part-time is 250. So, it's dynamic. So, we can add more employment status. Then, we can access to our form. Okay, so, let's start to create our form. Okay, so this is now our newly created form. So, empty pa siya. So, dagdag tayo ng mga controls. First, let's add a menu. So, let's add some menu strip. Okay, so, context menu. So, for example, let's go. So, under the employee, gawa tayo ng submenu. Menu, then for DTR. Okay, so we can add some separator. Okay, we can add some report. So we can add some title. So we can add settings. Let's make this move to center. Okay. So may menu strip na tayo. Okay, so this is now our menu. So we have settings. This is our menu. Okay, so first we gonna create a form in order to add new employee. Okay, so dapat pag-click natin dito, so may lalabas na form which we can add a new employee. Okay, so meron tayong menu form for our menus, then we will add another form for the adding of new employees. So let's click this one in our Solution Explorer, then add, then new item. Then let's create another form. Add employee. Okay, then add. So we have this add employee form here. So we can add employee. So we will name the title bar. We will create a text boxes. We will add some text box. So this is for the employee number. Copy paste employee name. And for the rate, so for the rate, gawa tayo ng combo box. Combo. Then, lagyan tayo na rate dito. Okay, gawin natin read only itong isang text box na to para di siya ma-inputan. Okay, read only, set to true. Okay, we can rename our text box. Okay, first, txt employee number. Ito yung isa. Employee name, sa drop down status, yung isa is rate. Okay, so lagyan natin ng label. Okay, yung label naman, ito naman employee number, employee name, ito yung employment status, select natin to, press control, yung format, align right. Okay, then gagawa tayo ng button na save. Add tayo ng button save. Save. Ay, sabi. Save. Change stability and save. Save. Okay. So, meron na tayong form. Let's rename this form to form add employee. Okay, so we will make this form center. Okay, so when we run, so dapat pag-click natin na add nyo, ito po yung lalabas. Okay, so let's go to our main form. So lagay tayo ng event, click event dito, just double click, then i-activate natin to pag na-click siya. So ang name nito is frm add employee. So I will create an object for a form. The name of our form, frm add employee, new frm add employee. So, yan. Then para ma-activate siya, i-show natin siya dot show dialog. So dapat naka-dialog siya para yung siya lang ang top, di siya masapawan itong nasa yung main form. Pag i-click natin yung main form, siya lang yung active na form. So, ma-active lang yung nasa likod pag i-close natin siya. Okay? So, show dialog lang. So, mayroon tayong form. Okay, so we'll add some code to our save. So, pag nagsisave siya, so yung data na i-input natin dito, lalabas dito yung nasa-save sa ating ang database. Okay, so wala pang laman. So, let's create a connection. Okay, so let's add some reference. So, let's add Mysql dito. Okay, since we are a multi-forms na tayo, so gagawa tayo ng isang connection lang. Kasi marami na tayong form. So, if we can create a database connection only for this form, what if we will use that connection to another form? So, marami pa tayong idadagdag na form. So, gagawa naman tayo ng ibang connection. So, every form. So, what if may changes sa database, sa ating server? So, lahat ng connection, mag-change din tayo. So, para isang connection na lang, gagawa tayo ng class. And that class, we will make a code for that class to connect to the database. Then, we will reuse that class anytime na mag-connect sa itong database. Okay? So, let's create a class which is accessible to all forms. At doon, i-define natin yung ating connection. Okay? So, to create a class, make tayo ng let's add some class, new item, then a new class. So, I will call this class as connect db. Okay? So, dito natin tayo mag-define ng database connection sa ating class. Dito form. This is a purely C# code. Okay? So, pareha lang. So, access tayo ng database. So, kailangan tayo ng library. So, using gagamit tayo ng library na mysql.data.mysql client. Okay, so then we will create gagawa tayo ng let's add some variables for our server, username, password of our MySQL. Okay, in order to connect to the database, we have this object MySQL connection. So we have created a connection. The name of our connection is ConnectDB. So we declare this one as public. Then for defining our server, we create a variable for our server, database, user ID, password, and to our username. Okay, so then we will put some values of itong mga variable natin. So we will create a connection first. So I will create a function for initialize para ma-initialize natin to. Lagyan natin ng value. So I will void. So this is a function that will initialize all of this. Okay, so lagyan natin ng value si server muna. Server. So si server, yung server natin, si localhost. Then si database name natin, si ano pangalan ng database? Si DB Payroll. DB Payroll. Si user ID natin. Si root. Si password natin. Wala na pala ito. Si password natin. Si root. Okay. Then, our connection. So, we will define a connection string. So we will specify our server, localhost, our database, we have DB payroll, and user ID, root, we have the password, at saka root yung password. Then we will create a, okay, so let's add some value to our DB, Mysql connection, tapos yung connection variable natin. Okay, so meron na tayo ngayong connection. Okay, so ito na po yung initialization natin. So, para mag-connect ng database. So, we'll specify the server, database, the user ID, the password. Then, we create a variable for our connection string. We specify the server, database. Ito po yung format niya. Then, we create a connection. So, yung object natin na ConDB, meron ng connection. Okay, next, we will create a class, a public class, para yung public class, ito, yung class ang gagamitin natin every time na mag-connect tayo ng database to any forms na i-create natin. So, gagawa tayo ng public class for our connection, connect DB. Okay. Then, every time na gagamit tayo ng public class na ConDB, i-execute niya si initialize, which is ito yung mga code to connect to our database. Okay? Yun. So, balik tayo dito sa ating add employee. So, every time na magsisave siya, tatawagin natin si ConnectDB. Okay? So, add employee. So, magsisave tayo. So, tawagin natin si ConnectDB. ConnectDB. Then, we will create a new object. Kasi class to eh. So, DB new ConnectDB. So, lahat ng property ni ConnectDB, yun na din ang property ni DB ngayon. Pwede natin ma-access ang kanyang mga methods. DB. So, ma-access natin si ConnDB. Si ConnDB, ito po yung si ConnDB. Ito po yung si ConnDB. Kasi public yan si ConnDB. So, db.conDB. So, mag-open tayo ng database. Natin i-open siya. Magko-close din tayo. db.conDB.close. So, lahat ng property ni ConnDB, sa may, ito po yung ConnDB, ito po yung Mysql connection natin. So, lahat ng property niya na inherit na ni DB. Okay? So, ito yung DB, which is, dito po nakadefine yung ating connection. Dito, tinawag natin to. Okay, pagtawag natin dito, since may initialize, tinawag din niya si Tinawag din niya si initialize function. So, lahat ng code dito, so yun din ang na-inherit na ni DB lahat. So, dito, i-connect natin sa database. So, bago tayo mag-connect, i-open natin yung connection natin. So, si DB, since this is public, so ma-access na natin ang method na ito or this object. We can access it. So, since this is Mysql connection, so lahat ng method niya, pwede na rin natin magamit. So, it's one method like the open class. So, meron tayong connection. Pag save, then gagawa na tayo ng query, string query. Okay, so mag-i-insert tayo ng data. So, we will use the insert into query. So, i-insert natin sa ating table. Our table is TBL employee. Then, meron tayong mga fields. Ito pala. So, we have no. No. We have this imp name. We have this rate. Then we have values. Okay, so gagawa tayo ng parameters for our values of this field. So to create a parameter, gamit lang tayo ng question mark, then yung parameter name, for example, no. Then for parameter for imp name, ename, you can write any name. Then for our rate, you can use R or the rate. Okay, so since tapos na tayo naggawa ng query, so gagawa tayo ng Mysql command. Mysql command. Okay, di ilalabas yung SQL command. So, we will call the library mysql.data.mysql client. So, gawa tayo ng MySQL command object, cmd, ang pangalan, then new MySQL command, then two parameters, the query, and our connection. Name of our connection, cdb.condb. Then, since mayroon tayong tatlong parameter, so lalagyan natin ng value ang ating parameter. So, cd.parameters.add. So, we can, so for employee number, okay, dito sa parameters, so may dalawang ito first yung parameter mo, then comma, then yung value na yung parameter na ipapasok mo. So kukuha tayo ng data sa ating control na text box. Okay, so copy paste na natin to, copy paste. Then for our name parameter, then, ename lang pala. Ename. Then, kukuha tayo ng data sa text. Then, for our last parameter na R, kukuha tayo ng data sa txt rate.text. Okay. So, i-execute na natin to. Execute ng query para ma-execute na itong command na to. Okay, so let's create some message box. Connect na message box. Show successfully saved. Clear lang natin yung text box natin. text. Yan natin yung number. Text. Clear na natin sa rate.text. Pwede pala natin i-close agad, no? So, this dot close. Para pag save, ma-close yung form. Okay? So, try natin. Tayo na yung employee number, name, so, employment status, so wala. Save. Okay. So may error, incorrect decimal for rate. Okay, nag-error yung rate natin, no? Kasi wala siyang value. Kasi yung dapat may value siya, depende sa na-select na employee rate. So ipopulate muna natin tong yung drop down list natin. Ipopulate natin ang data sa ating TBL rate. Okay, populate natin. So kukunin natin tong yung employment status. So anytime na magsiselect siya, so yung rate niya ang mapunta doon sa ating rate text box. Okay, so during loading this form, so kukuha tayo ng data dito. Ito ipapasok natin sa ating drop down. Okay, so form load dito po, load. So let's populate the drop down status combo box, no? So first i-clear muna natin that items that clear, then kukunin natin yung data dito. Okay, so we will connect to this table first. Okay, so first we will create a connection. We will connect to our database, ConDB. Gagamitin natin si ConDB class, no, to connect our database. DB. Then i-open natin si db.open. Okay, then db.close. Then gawa tayo ng query again. Select asterisk from TBL. Anong table tayo connect? Si TBL rate. So asterisk meaning lahat na field. TBL rate. Okay. So or we can specify the field, no? Specify natin yung field, si M status at saka si rate. So, yan. Then we'll create a command, MD Mysql command, we'll use this query. Then execute natin siya. Si db.conDB lang. Okay, tapos i-execute na natin siya. Okay, gagawa tayo ng data reader para makuha natin yung data dito ni employee status at saka rate. So after na execute na ang command, gagawa tayo ng another we use the MySQL data reader class, no? So we'll create a reader class, no? New object reader class. So ang pangalan natin kay dr lang. Then we create a new MySQL data reader class. MySQL data reader. Okay. Okay, that. Okay, ito pala mag-execute reader. Okay, so we'll use the execute reader method. No? So instead na execute non-query, so we'll use execute reader kasi kukunin natin yung data, no? Yung mga fields dito. Okay, so we will add a loop. Then we will get the data to from our data reader, from our DR. Kukunin natin yung data tapos i-add po natin dito sa ating combo box. Okay? So ito po yung gawin natin. So we will use the while loop. While. So i-reread po natin yung laman ng ating data reader, no? Which is itong mga field na to. So naka-array yan. So while dr dot read hanggang may record or may data pa si dr, so ilulup niya tong body ng loop, no? I-read niya. Tapos i-add natin sa ating drop status combo box items dot add. Okay, ating add dito yung laman ng imp status. Okay, so nandito na ngayon sa ating yung data reader. So para ma-access yung data ng imp status dito sa data reader natin, so we will just command dr dot get string, then yung item index natin dito. Since na po siya sa first, siya po ang first field na dinideclare natin sa ating query, so ang kanyang index yan ay 0. Pag ina-access naman natin itong rate, so yung index niya is 1. So ito na po. So yung data ng data reader natin, i-load po natin dyan sa status. Okay, try natin. Okay, so let's try. Add new. Then we will look at what's inside in our combo box. Okay, so nandito na. Let's check our table if tama tong data na pumasok dito. Okay, so ito po, regular contractual job order. So, napasok na. So, dapat pag si part-time ang naselect, yung rate ni part-time na 250, yun dapat ang mapunta sa ating rate. Okay? Pag contractual, itong rate ni contractual, automatic na maging rate natin. So, ang gagawin natin is to get the rate, no? Isabay natin pasok yung rate sa ating drop down. Pero yung mag-appear dito sa ating combo, no? So yung implement status, pero yung rate na papasok dito is yung corresponding na amount rate. Okay, so dalawa. So gagawa tayo ng isang value niya, yung talagang value niya, at saka yung ma-display dito. Okay, so yung value. So, dalawa ang gawin natin. So, let's create a text, and yung text, yung ma-display doon sa ating drop down. Yung isa ay yung actual value ng ating drop down, yung nasa list. Okay, so ang gagawin natin is we have to declare yung drop down natin, drop down status, at add tayo ng yung ma-display na member. So ito po yung ma-display na member, yung sa ating drop down. So gawa tayo ng text, ito po yung ma-display. Then gawa din tayo ng value niya, value member. So ito po yung actual value ng ating combo. Okay, tapos dito sa ating drop down, okay, so since dalawa na yung data na ipasok natin sa ating item, ang isa yung pang-display, yung isa is yung actual value niya. So ang gawin natin, lagay lang tayo ng new, tapos open and close brace, then yung text, which is yung ito po, equal to yung ma-display natin na text, galing yan kay data reader index 0. So yung magdi-display natin si employee status, pero yung value natin ay si rate, di ba? So si rate was stored in get string 1. Okay, so ito na po. Okay, try natin. Okay, regular. So dapat once na ma-change yung ating employment status, papasok dito yung rate. So let's add some event. Now let's add some event to our drop down, no? So mag-change siya. Okay, let's add some event. Selected index change. So when mag-change yung index sa loob, no? So si txt rate dot text, ang value niya magiging si drop down status dot value member. Okay, try natin. Regular. Uy. Okay, so let's create our combo box a dynamic object. Para problema dito, pag i-click mo sa regular, so si value ang nag-appear sa ating text box. So kailangan natin gawing dynamic object si drop down para yung actual value ng ating value member yun ang makikita. Okay, so ang gawin natin is just make this one as ito yung combo bago makuha yung value. So gawin natin as dynamic siya. Okay, so si drop down status, pag siya ang ma-select, selected item, pag siya ang ma-select, ang gawin natin is gawin natin siya dynamic. Tapos yung actual na value niya, okay, so ginawa nating dynamic yung na-select na item. Tapos yung actual value niya, yun ang mapasa dito sa ating txt rate. So, yung actual value niya, dito galing sa ating data reader, galing naman sa ating rate field. Okay, try. Continue. Okay, let's try regular. Okay, pumasok na. Contractual, pumasok na. Shop order, pumasok na. Then, example. Then, status niya is regular, save successfully. Okay, check natin if na-save ba sa ating PayBill employee. Okay, nandito na. Isa pa. Okay, then status na kay actual. Okay, tingnan natin. Pumasok ba? Okay, for today, which is contractual. Okay, that's it.